Oh boy, did I expect this? Somewhere I had a feeling yesterday afternoon it really started on me like, you know what? I'm selling everything because every time on the Sundays the market is and this was too much on the Saturday afternoon. I thought, get out. I only kept two. I bought ACH, Alchemy Pay, because that was so positive, like Ray. Whatever happened the last weeks, these funds went up, and I could buy it. Nice, okay. Well, this morning it was 10% more down. And I still had GT, which is a very stable coin. It went also a little bit down. But the rest, I all sold it. I thought, the stop limit, I don't know. When it starts Saturday and a Sunday comes over it, what will happen Monday? What will happen Monday? When people see on Monday morning that is Saturday it went heavy down, Sunday it went heavy down, I don't know what to think about that. It could be really very bad on Monday morning. So be careful. The minimum what you have to do is stop losses. Stop limit, losses, whatever. Stop it. Put a level there that you say, I take my loss till there. No more. Yeah? Then you're still in the game, and when we get a new reaction, maybe already end of this afternoon when the East is opening, never know, that they think, hey, we buy. When that doesn't come through, then I expect that at the evening after 5 o'clock, and I'm talking about Central Time, after 5 o'clock it will go more down. And then tomorrow morning, I don't know where it goes. I went to some AI. I asked for, what do you think in this market, etc., etc. And the answer I got actually was even talking about a dip on the level of 60.62 for Bitcoin. And then I thought, wait a minute. Yeah, I know there is a heavy resistance there, but and I went to another one and I got actually the same, that there is a heavy resistance on 60. Now I know that, and you know that. Like we know there is a heavy resistance also on 96, but when it beats that one and it goes more down, yeah, then 60 comes in the picture. Now, as far as I know, it's now standing on 98, the Bitcoin, so that is okay. XRP 280, yeah, 280, somewhere there. But of course it goes up and down, up and down. Be careful, yeah. I'm not saying you have to go out all the way, but when you have it for the long term, who cares? Then you have a dip, but the dip can also be for a half year. And it surprises me with all the good news, also the regulations. Now I understand one thing. There is a lot of money going to all these funds who get regulated. Okay? They're working on it, and there is a whole list. I showed you before that you say, there you see that those are regulated in the US. Those get a tax-free. You don't pay 30% tax over your profit where you work so hard for. And finally you have a little bit of profit, and then the tax office comes and say, well, behind their lazy chairs, well, give us 30% of that. I mean, unbelievable. Like it's so easy to make profit. Well, it's not. Let's be honest. It is not. You have to have luck. And that's it. And at this moment, I mean, we're not complaining. You can say we're in a wave from somewhere end of October, November, and it goes on till now. But now we see a correction. And the question is, how deep will that correction be? And if it stays that way. The funds go from the smaller funds, all to the top. To all these top funds. Because you don't pay taxes. And that's for the US. That's not for the rest of the world. But you can expect that the rest of the world will follow there. Believe me, Europe also. Although Europe will not take the Bitcoin as digital asset, because that means actually they start paying the debt for the US. And Europe doesn't want that. So they will not take the Bitcoin. They will maybe take another coin. You never know. Maybe they create their own coin. That would be actually the best. Or they take, like the BRICS. The BRICS will have their own coin. That comes in June. Okay? That is also coming. And the BRICS, that's a huge part of this world. Okay? So there are all kind of things that you say, it's a little bit difficult. It's a little bit difficult to plan. It gives insecurity. But at the same time, for me, it's actually very clear. The top 50 funds will attract all the money, and the rest down there, first go this. And after that, there will be that people start buying them again and playing with it, and it will be volatile. The top will be more and more secure, less and less volatile. There are more secure coins. You get advantages. You can go to a bank with it. You can pay your bills with it. Now, etc., etc., etc. Not with all these coins below the 100, 200. No. That will not happen. I'm not saying that one or two coins out of nothing, out of the thousands, will work themselves up to the top and will be also regulated and accepted by governments, etc., tax offices, and get tax exam, etc. That's all possible. But for now, and for this weekend, today and tomorrow will be essential. And I don't understand, with all the good news about Ripple and what they're all doing, and it's so fantastic, that Ripple didn't go to $4 already. I really don't understand. What is pulling it back? That the owners still have so much? I think they throw yesterday a whole bunch in the market. And so they had more XRP. That's what I understood. That's not fantastic, because that is the danger. When owners have too much, really too much of the coins token, they can manipulate. And the market is manipulated. And this week there was a 90,000, but I don't recall anymore, 90 million, a big one. On Coinbase, and I don't know even anymore if it was XRP or Bitcoin. But anyway, it came from BlackRock. Okay? Came from BlackRock. And that had effect. So the institutionals, with all their power, they can manipulate the lines. I call them often the lines. It's because I worked in sports betting as manager, and in the lines. And they can manipulate it. They can manipulate prices. They simply, in a weekday, a day, they don't buy nothing altogether. There goes, and then they come back and buy it slowly, buying it back, and buying, all on a lower level. Now, I don't know if that will happen this weekend. I don't know. In a weekend not, but I'm talking about that Sunday afternoon, so today, end of the day, and tomorrow morning. I'm careful. I'm curious what happens. Keep an eye. I found a program, what was it, where you can track big buyers, okay, whales, etc., etc. Something with bubbles. I will have another video on that one, and you can track, and then you can see where they are. And let me try to find that quickly for you. Let me see here. It's bubble maps. Bubble maps. Check it out. You can check out. You see who bought it. And you get a map with all bubbles. And you can click on these bubbles and you get information and you see who is connected. Okay? I think that's pretty cool. That program, I really like it. I'm still working on the ins and outs of it to understand. For me, a lot of these things are a learning curve, and when I'm learning, there comes so much new stuff in. So much new stuff that you say, wow, yeah, I have a lot to learn. And I love that. All my life I love to learn, so I love that. But you have to love that too, because when you're uneducated and you only buy on emotion, oh, others buy, so I buy too, yeah, well, believe me, there's nothing left in of your money at the end. Don't do that. Make your own decision. Study, investigate, study who runs these companies, okay? Is it only a meme coin, a joke? Yeah. Yesterday came a coin, DeepSeek. Now, you know, that's of course, it's not from DeepSeek. Okay? And then I have a little bit like, that crazy Trump coin? Really? That crazy fart coin? Ah, really? Yeah. And I mean, these are things that you say, I don't know. It's hyper stuff, and well, it looks like we're living in a little bit in a hyper world. That's what you see. And people are manipulated by governments, by financial institutions, politics who run this world. We are manipulated by them. And you should go a little bit outside and have a helicopter view on all these things. And that counts also for the crypto market. That was the reason why I stepped out 90% of my stuff. I stepped out and put it in, placed it in USDT, and yesterday afternoon. And my friend Rody was like, you sell it all? Yeah. Panic? No panic. Simply clear thinking. Saturday afternoon, Sunday is hardly ever good. I'm not saying it's never good. Sometimes it's doing fantastic, but the majority, far the majority of the Sunday and the Monday morning are not so fantastic. Okay? With that in mind, on the Saturday afternoon when it goes like 5, 6, 7, 8 points down, there's something like, wait a minute. I take my loss. I step out. I think from everything, I bought it for 31 and I sold it for 30 or I sold it for 32, these things. In average, I didn't lose. I sold and I think I lost 1% at that moment. Then I bought Alchemy because it's such a good coin, and that went that went down. Yeah, in my GT. But those two will come up. I'm not worried about it. There are funds that you say, whatever happens, those will come back. Yeah, And that is also XRP. But XRP has that uncertainty of the owners have too much. They should have no more than 10%. And I think they have more than 50. And that's not, that they can manipulate it in every way. So even institutionals, what do you do with a coin like that? When you want to buy it as a bank, or you want to buy it as a central bank, or you want to buy it as a government, you don't buy a coin that is still for 50% in the hands of a group of people, and you don't know what they are going to do. You have no control there. That is not healthy. And I think that holds XRP back, and that holds with all the good news about Ripple. That holds, and XRP is important. Bitcoin is a name and it is an asset, and that's great. But when I look to XRP, that is for me more like, where does the market go? Bitcoin is for me a little bit less there. It's, how can you say? I mean, a lot of people say, yeah, but 60% of the trade is done in the Bitcoin. I know, and I know it's very important, but I tell you, I don't own Bitcoin. It's very stable, but at the same time, who gives direction on the market? I think more funds like XRP. But there is that uncertainty on XRP. So the whole market feels uncertain where it will go. And therefore, yesterday afternoon, I thought, now it goes 5, tomorrow it goes another 5, and maybe Monday morning another 5 or 10. Wait a minute, I'm out. And I'm happy with it when I saw the results this morning. And the opening everywhere is lower. Now I see it goes a little bit horizontal and a little bit up and down. People think that's great, and other people say, and now I'm selling. It goes a little bit up, I sell right away. People who didn't see what happened last evening and afternoon, so they have time in the weekend on the Sunday. Those are mostly private ones, and they see what's happening now. And tomorrow it gets worse. That's what I expect. When this afternoon, check this afternoon, keep an eye, Central Time, 5 to 7, 8, keep an eye on it. See what happens. That is most important for what happens the coming week. So be careful. Yeah, you can take advantage of this situation by buying on a low dip. And even when they go after that at 10, 15, 20% more down, you have the best coins for a good price. Yeah? You can also level a little bit when you still have XRP on and you bought them on 312. I would advise buy something. Buy something, I'm not saying a whole lot, but put something in there to get that 316, 314 where you bought in it, that you say my average goes down to 38, 39, yeah, and that's already better. But keep an eye on it. And don't forget, enjoy the day.